you were talking about obviously what you hate in modern day football.
Yeah, Carl's ball doesn't mean nothing.
Well, no, I'm just going to say about like the social media hype nowadays, where as soon as somebody has a good game, they go, "Oh, he's world class. Look at him." And you see what I mean? Like after a few good games, that someone gets dubbed as world class.
Yeah, I agree with
that. Fanboys on social media, though, isn't it? Don't you think there's like this social? You follow some. Well, I don't follow them; they just pop on my feed. Some of the guff they write. Honestly, it's.
I know.
I don't know who they are.
What is world class?
Well, world class has got to be somebody who is performing at a top level for at least 5-6 years. Surely. Like, I mean, Mo Salah's now obviously, well, being a Liverpool fan, I'm going to say that, but he's surely in that category now.
Yes.
Because of his consistency at the top of his game.
Yeah,
but
consistency.
You know what I mean? There should only be a handful of people that get that world class name. Do you see what I mean?
I agree with him.
I think if you're playing for your country and you're doing it at the highest level for your country, and you're performing on the biggest stage, surely you're a world class player.
I don't know if you are, mate.
If you're playing for England, right? Like, would you take Carl Walker's world class?
Yeah, I would put him in that category.
Would you say Mark Gay is world class?
No.
But he had a world class tournament at the Euros.
But the consistency levels of Carl Walker over a period of time doing it for club and country. Mark Gay has had a brilliant tournament, right? There's no doubt about it, and he's got a massive future. Before the tournament, right? Southgate doesn't get enough credit for Mark Gay, by the way. He doesn't get enough credit because no one saw that coming.
No
one put him in. If you polled most England fans going into the tournament, Mark Gay would have been in about half the England fans' team. But Southgate stuck with him. He's probably our best player.
Yeah, I'd say.
Would you say?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But, to call him world class, it's a big statement, mate.
Mate, he played in the final.
I know, but does that mean everyone played in the final is world class?
Was it on a world class stage?
I know, but that doesn't mean you're world class, does it?
I mean, I don't know.
Like, I don't think it does.
Because everyone says, "No, you got to be Messi or Ronaldo to be world class." So I disagree with that.
I think there's only. I mean, when you talk world class, right? Messi, Ronaldo, Zidane.
Yeah.
Right, you're talking a level that no one else. That's why
David Beckham.
So I never thought David Beckham was world class.
You didn't think he was world class?
I didn't. No,
but he was England's best player.
Was he?
Well, he was a captain.
No, I didn't have as world class David Beckham. Not for me.
Really?
World class. By the way, the best I've ever seen crossing the ball. So they kind of contradict myself a bit there.
Well, you have contradicted yourself massively. If he's the best crosser in the world,
the best I've ever
seen.
World
class.
World class at crossing.
Do you know what I mean?
I personally only think that in the last generation of players, there's only two that have been world class, two that are on a level that no one else can touch, and that's Messi and Ronaldo. They're the only two. No one. There's always that rung below. There's a rung below, mate.
Don't know.
No?
R9 for me was world class.
Okay, R9. I'll have that. Right? Zidane. Do you know what I mean? Ashley Cole was world class.
Yeah, he was world class.
He was world class.
He was. Robbie.
Yes.
Have you got world class players in your team?
I would say right now it's Mohamed Salah and Virgil Van Dijk.
Van Dijk ain't world class, not for me.
What?
I've said this before. I've said this before, mate.
Oh, come on,
no, honestly.
Oh, come on,
no,
mate.
I don't see it. He's overhyped.
What are you going on
He's
about?
overhyped.
What are you going
he's
on
overhyped.
About? You're chatting
garbage. See, and I'm in the minority.
You are the minority? Yeah. I mean, it's a sackable offence to say he's not world class.
Van de Ven is a better centre-half than Van Dijk.
No.
Robbie,
Telling you now.
I can't believe you've just said that on radio.
Well, I have. I've said it before.
Van de Ven's better than Van Dijk?
Van de Ven is a better centre-half than Van Dijk, yes.
The only thing Van de Ven's got over Van Dijk is
his pace.
Well, he's a bloody good player as well, by the way.
Oh, good. Jason.
No, I'm telling you, mate. I'm having
Jason.
it. Jay, I'll have it. I'll have the argument.
How was Van de Ven's Euros?
I'll have it. How's Van Dijk's? How's Van Dijk's, by the way?
Van Dijk was good in the Euros.
Oh, mate, honestly, he's the most.
Good, mate.
He's overhyped.
He had a brilliant
season
last season.
Had a good season last year.
No, he had a brilliant season.
He was. Do you know what? How he got in Team of the Year? I'll never know. Never ever know. Don't see it, mate. I don't see it.
What do you mean?
Mate,
he's the best centre-half that the Premier League seen since Vincent Kompany, John Terry and Rio Ferdinand.
Honestly, there you go. That there is absolutely disgusting. The best ever.
He's in the top 5.
No, he's not. He's not.
John
mate.
Terry, Rio Ferdinand.
Can't lace their boots. Can't lace their boots.
Vincent Company, Virgil van Dijk.
Mate, I'm not having it. I'm simply not having it.
Honestly, Matt, I can't believe you're actually saying
You're just
that.
following the crowd.
I'm not following a crowd.
You
I've
are.
watched him for years and years. He's
Mate,
unbelievable.
mate, he's
No
not.
one- for
Mate.
2 seasons, no one went past him. For 2 seasons.
Mate, last 3 seasons, he's had one good one. One good one.
Oh, honestly, mate.
He has. Honestly, you watch his game.
I watch his game every week.
Last season, he had a good season. Was nowhere near the best centre half in the country.
I can't believe what you're saying.
I've said it before to you.
No. You haven't said that.
I have. I've said to you before. Van Dijk. He's not. People talk.
You
to
wouldn't
me.
put him in the top 5 defenders ever in the Premier League.
No.
Really?
No. Walker's ahead of him.
Walker's a fullback.
You said defenders, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking
Ashley
about
Cole's ahead of him.
Yeah, centre half.
Rio Ferdinand's ahead of him.
Rio.
Stam's ahead of him. Honestly, you forget, right? People act like there's no the Premier League football. You're part of the fanboy gang, by the way.
Oh, do
you're
me a
part of
favour.
this. You are
Do me
part
a
of this
favour.
gang that people talk about. People forget how good John Terry and Rio Ferdinand and Sol Campbell were, by the way.
No, I know that they were brilliant.
But then you're talking about the top 5. I've just named about half a dozen.
No, you've named the 2 that I've put in there: John Terry, Rio Ferdinand.
Yep.
Vincent Company.
Yap Stam. I'm having Yap Stam over Van Dijk every day of the week, twice on Sundays.
I can't believe that.
I just said it.
I'm really surprised.
Why?
Do you not rate him?
I think he's overhyped.
Blows my mind.
I've said it.
All right, let's go to. I mean, you can have your sound out. What do you think? 03717 22 33 44. Let's go to Jack. He's a Man United fan. Jack.
All right, boys, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Right, Jack.
Jack, do you like Van Dijk? I mean, you're a Man United fan. I'm asking the wrong person.
It's not dislike him. I'll just say he's overhyped.
Yeah. No, to be fair, I agree. Van Dijk's a good footballer, but I think I agree with Cundy. He's very overhyped. For me, he's probably not even top 10. Never mind top 5.
Yeah. I hear people talk about Van Dijk, right? And a lot of it comes from Sky Sports, right? No, it's true. It's true. It's like they've forgotten who came before them, who played before them.
No one's forgetting that, but
Mate,
come on,
mate. You ever look at?
he's unbelievable.
He's not unbelievable.
He walks
mate.
into any team in the world.
No, he doesn't.
He walks into every team.
No, he doesn't.
What do you mean? He starts for Real Madrid.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll have this with you. We'll go through Real Madrid's team. I'm telling you now.
He starts for Real Madrid.
Van Dijk is not the best centre half of this country, right? Not the best centre half. How he got in that team?
Who's
of
a
the
better
year?
centre half right now in the Premier
Said,
League?
Van der Ven. I mean, Van der Ven.
Mate, come on, mate.
All day long over
you
him,
can't
mate.
say Van der Ven is a better player than Van Dijk.
Would you swap?
He plays for Tottenham.
Would you swap him for this season? Would you swap Van der Ven for Van Dijk?
Yes.
Well, you're a nutcase.
Are you joking?
No, you're mad. You are mad. You are
I
mad.
mean, I love Van der Ven. He's a great player, but he's not. Van Dijk is Van Dijk.
What do you
Come
mean?
on.
No, see that there, right? You work for Sky Sports, don't you? I've
Oh,
just remembered.
mate.
I've just remembered where this comes from. Look at old Sky Sports over there.
Honestly, mate.
It's unbelievable.
What are you going on about? You guff that you come out with.
Mate, he's overhyped, mate. He's overhyped.
Jack,
if he didn't play for Liverpool, there's no way this conversation would be taking
What
place.
do you mean? That's like saying if Sergio Ramos didn't play for Real Madrid, he wouldn't be a good defender. What are you talking about? He plays for Real Madrid because he's one of the best defenders ever. Van Dijk plays for Liverpool because he's one of the best defenders ever.
One Premier League.
Oh,
one, honestly, you've got
that
to.
doesn't make him a good player. Is Harry Kane a bad player?
No.
Harry Kane's one of the best players you ever. You said strikers. He ain't won a trophy.
What I'm saying to you is, you compare John Terry, what he won, Rio Ferdinand, what he won, Carl Walker, what he won, Ashley Cole, what he won, right?
Mate.
No, you've asked the question. I've given you the answer.
No, but you're contradicting yourself because you sit there and say that Harry Kane's one of the best strikers you've ever seen.
Yes, he is.
He hasn't won a trophy.
No, he hasn't won a trophy.
So you can't say he's a bad player then because he
I'm
ain't
not
won
saying
a
he's a
trophy.
bad player. But
You go Van Dijk won Premier League.
You just tried to compare him to Sergio Ramos. That's why I've just had to throw that back at you. I've had to just say, look, you want to bring Sergio Ramos to the table? I'm going to say Van Dijk's won one Premier League, mate. Come on. The last 3 years, right?
He's won a Champions League.
He's had one good season.
Won a Champions League.
He's had one good season. One good season, he's had. Van Dijk. And I know the injury.
You live off that. No, you live off that. That's a lie. He's not had one good season.
Since the injury, I'll give you that, he was not the same player. He had a good season last year, but don't be telling me he's the best centre-half in the country.
Sorry, Jack. Go on, what do you want to say, Jack?
Firstly, don't apologise, mate. I mean, to be fair, you look at the calibre of strikers that those old centre-halves played against as well, never mind Van Dijk just not being as good. You look at the strikers he played against, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Drogba, Robbie Keane, all those lots, Wayne Rooney. So I don't think Van Dijk even gets in the conversation.
Well, is Haaland no good then?
Yeah, but other than Haaland...
Harry Kane no good?
Harry Kane's not in the Premier League anymore.
Well, yeah, but he has been.
Yeah, but other than Haaland, you tell me a world-class striker that's in the Premier League now that Van Dijk's got to defend against. There isn't any. Other than Haaland, there isn't another world-class striker in the Premier League that Van Dijk's got to defend against.
You have a look at the goal Liverpool when they conceded, when they lost to Real Madrid. You have a look at his defending, mate.
Oh yeah,
you have a look.
I remember. All right, his defending, positioning wasn't great.
Listen, you watch what he does. He starts doing a run like John Cleese. He's got this funny, weird way of defending at times where he drags his legs. And I'm looking at him going, I don't think I've ever seen John Terry or Ferdinand do that silly dance that he does when he's trying to...
I'm telling you now, John Terry would have had some bad moments. That you forget. It's nostalgia. This nostalgia. Listen, I think John Terry's unbelievable. And Rio Ferdinand. Unbelievable. But I've seen them have stinkers.
No,
Rio Ferdinand had stinkers.
Cannot lace... I'm sorry, mate. I'm just going to stick to this one. They were the two best centre-halves this country's seen, in my opinion.
Jack, are you still there? Sorry, Jack. Sorry, mate. We've got on there. You wanted to talk about what you hate in football.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm loving the chat, so it's not a problem.
We've lost it.
Jack.
Oh,
Jack,
come on after the break. Sort your reception
he's just
out.
about to say that Van Dijk's overrated.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.